All right, we're now in the New York side of things, and Howard Finkel is about to do the introductions.
There he is, Howard Finkel. And to his left, the distinguished manager, Mr. Fuji.
He's representing, of course, The Rock, Don Muraco. And he's going up against the babyface, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is our opener, Jesse. Let's see what happens here.
They played some pre-taped interviews before the match, but something went wrong. They forgot to add the pictures, so we just have the audio. Awkward.
Awkward indeed. So we're hearing the promos, but not seeing them.
Muraco calls Orndorff the embarrassment of Wrestlemania 1. Harsh words, gorilla.
Don Muraco is associated with Bob Orton Jr., who's been a rival of Orndorff's for a while now.
Orndorff, meanwhile, is talking about how he's been going to the gym more than ever. Not exactly the most exciting promos, are they?
No, Jesse, these promos are a bit lackluster. Let's hope the match itself is more entertaining.
Man, this whole Wrestlemania 2 thing is weird. It's like, I think this might be the first production snafu of the whole shebang.
Yeah, it's a massive production, no doubt about it. And Orndorff, he's supposed to be a good guy. We're seeing little hints of that at the end of the main event, you know. With the ring, Mike, it's right in your face, way closer than you'd think. Last year, it sounded like we were in the nosebleed section. This year, it's more like what we're used to.
It's all kinds of messed up. Susan St. James is on the call, but they introduced her before Ray Charles and never explained what she was doing there. Then Vince jumps in, calling the match, and then she pops in. It's driving me crazy.
I know what you mean. I love it, but it's also driving me crazy. Like when Orndorff hit that step over toe hold and rolled into the armbar, Susan just casually says he's winning without a doubt. First of all, Susan, thank you for that, but please get out of the way. I didn't realize wrestling was a NASCAR race. I didn't realize you could be winning over the course of the match. I thought winning just happened at the end. I didn't realize anyone was judging this thing. Bobby Heenan isn't on commentary, so we don't have talking points yet. But Susan, this isn't a boxing show. It's fake, Susan.
Vince remarks that as far as physiques are concerned, Orndorff has the edge. But then again, this is no physique contest. It's just out-and-out wrestling. Oh, please isolate this forever. Because Vince is saying his product isn't a physique contest. Seriously. Well, he certainly would be going in the opposite direction in short order here. As the WWF develops under his leadership and tutelage, Vince also lets us know that Don Muraco is sweating a lot. He says Muraco is sweating profusely. Yes, Vince, he's in a wrestling match, and it's not really worth remarking upon. All these guys are sweating profusely in minutes. They're under these incredibly bright lights, working for God's sake and performing these crazy feats of athleticism. I wonder if Vince is sweating profusely knowing that this whole thing could fall apart if the signal dies in LA, or sweating profusely knowing he can't be at all the venues.
At one point, Muraco is caught in an arm drag by Paul Orndorff. He kind of tries to walk up the ropes and bounce off to break free. And Vince calls it a classic maneuver. I pretty much never saw much of that at the time, so I'm not sure what's classic about it. Then at one point, Susan St. James thinks that Fuji is using some ancient Chinese techniques. To do what? He doesn't really do anything physical. She just basically intimates that he's got Muraco in the bag. He's got him in his back pocket. He's not using them right now, but he's using them in kind of the metaphysical sense. She went to the training sessions where Fuji managed bullshit.
So they exchanged punches. And Vince, I'm sure, was hoping to get a little Susan St. James afterwards. Hoping for a little BJ from SSJJ.
Hold on, Jesse. What exactly are you implying?
Well, you know, Vince is a man of refined tastes. And he's watching with Dick while someone lights his cigarette. It's either what Dick's watching or what the Dick has come to, right?
Jesse, let's keep it clean here. We're talking wrestling, not, Anyway, there was a cutaway during Wrestlemania 2 where Vince is sitting like he's trying to impress Susan St. James. He's all, "Where are you from?"
Yeah, that happened later during the cutaways. But anyway, Muraco snatches Orndorff for a messy belly to belly over the ropes. They hit the floor and Orndorff gets his foot tangled in the ropes.
That's a classic mistake. You'd think a wrestler of Orndorff's caliber would be more careful.
He gets untangled and they brawl on the floor. The lighting down there was terrible. For all the money they spend on production, you can't even see them clearly. The lights fell apart when they got outside the ring. It's like they had one single spotlight following them.
Those Long Island rigs, they're not up to the task, Jesse. They must charge a fortune, union jobs and all, but they can't even follow the guys at ringside. Muraco gets posted on the outside, and the bell...
2/3 of the match was Orndorff holding him in that damn armbar. And then the bell rings. Double count out. The crowd was chanting bullshit.
Bullshit. That's crazy. You never heard that kind of crowd reaction back in '86. It was like Stone Cold versus McMahon, but years earlier.
Orndorff poses. Susan St. James is saying he must be declaring himself the winner. She doesn't even realize they were both counted out. I don't think she knows what a countout is.
At 4 minutes and 10 seconds, Paul Orndorff and the magnificent Muraco go to a double countout. Orndorff even picks up a chair at one point. That's when the bullshit chants really started. The fans were not happy.
Vince must have been horrified.
A hot match to start, but it's just a shame about that finish. I can't wait to get out of Uniondale and not have to listen to Susan St. James again.
She's not going away, Gorilla. She's not done. When we leave New York, we're not done with Susan St. James.
Brutal. Why even book a double countout finish when the match is so short? The crowd was right to chant bullshit for that one.
Man, no wonder Orndorff was all riled up. He's out there saving Hogan's ass every week from those beatdowns, and what does he get? The opening match against Muraco.
Yeah. Donald's tough to get a good match out of when he's not motivated. You think being in the opening match is gonna light a fire under him?
And with no one to carry Vince's commentary, it's a complete disaster. Susan's not bad, but she's clearly out of her depth. And Vince, he's no help at all. They were supposed to go outside for the double count out, but Orndorff gets tangled up in the ropes.
This whole thing sucked. The crowd was chanting bullshit. Vince heard it too. I hope it keeps him awake at night. It was such an easy win for Orndorff. Just have him win. Get the crowd going.